Silent Hill, the classic of classics if it comes to horror. A series everyone thinks of when horror games are being brought out to a conversation. A series of games that hasn't had a universally praised release since 2003. By that I mean a game that hasn't divided the fans like Silent Hill 4 and every other game after. Yet I'm not here to talk about how the fans view those games. I honestly don't care, because I know that in 5 years after the release of each game in the series, people begin to see each and every game as flawed gem which was simply ahead of its time. Well, I mean almost every game. Trust me, listen and come back in 5 years to tell me I said the truth. Do it with every game in the series coming out from now on. Thank you. In this video I don't want to talk about the atmosphere of the game or gameplay or story and the lore of Silent Hill. I want to talk about the characters, the main characters to be exact. Here I will talk only about two characters. Of course, as you saw from the thumbnail, this video is all about Heather Mason and Harry Mason. Although all protagonists from Silent Hill games are built different, if they weren't, this series wouldn't exist. Yeah. So how are they built different? Aren't they just regular people like me and you? Yes, and that's what makes them built different. Heather, let's begin with her. Well, she isn't exactly built normal. As you know, having watched thousands of long video essays on Silent Hill, our girl Heather is a reincarnation of Alessa Gillespie and Cheryl Mason. Those two are a part of the same person, Alessa, a girl with supernatural powers who was to be used by cult of Silent Hill to give birth to their god. I'm sure you already knew that. Oh yeah, spoilers, but dear viewer, do you really care? I don't think so. Through the game, Heather girl bosses, girl failures, and just cuts her way through the nightmares of the other world. Of course, at first she is completely shocked at seeing monsters, but she manages to get through. So at first she is like most Silent Hill protagonists, lost with monsters around, with creatures that manifest as her worst nightmares. Yet she pushes on, as she knows someone is waiting for her, her father. The creatures she encounters are disgusting, but which creatures from Silent Hill aren't? Hundreds of people have already went through what those creatures represent. They are Heather's fear of predatory men, sexual assault, unwanted pregnancy, and all terrible sexual things that can happen to a young woman, or any woman really. Like I said, despite that, she pushes through back home to her father, which is actually kind of nice. It shows us two kinds of men, total creeps shown to us through the monsters. However, unlike many titles in this day and age, it doesn't simply show us men in a negative light. Heather's father, Harry, to him she is going. From this nightmare she is cutting her way through to the only person who can keep her safe, her father. And that's what fathers are for. So I'm sorry, Angela, nobody deserves what happened to you. Harry is Heather's safety, guardian angel. Go away, you freaking creep, you ain't no angel. I'm not talking about you. Her safety, her mentor. Heather finds her father dead, killed by the cult that wants her to give birth to their god. A birth unwanted by Heather, and even worse, a birth that will kill her. Harry was a man who stopped their plans once already. He couldn't be allowed to live, to do so again, so he is surprised and killed. This breaks Heather. It also changes her. At first she is completely destroyed, taken by sorrow. Quickly she covers it all with anger, with pure hate. Does the fear, the terror disappear? No. It stays, but that's how we know she is brave and not foolish. Only a fool would lose their sense of fear and quickly would pay the ultimate price. After going back to Silent Hill, Heather pursues Claudia, the one behind everything. Most importantly, the one behind the death of her father. Here the game shows us again how brilliant it is. Claudia, the main villain, except the god of course, is a woman. So we have good women and two bad ones. You see, equality. Neither the men haters or woman haters can claim this game as their own, but that actually won't stop them at all, so yeah. So, after surviving monsters, creeps, and Heather's other part, Alessa, who wants to die so she doesn't give birth to Jesus' disabled sister, she makes her way to Claudia, and she does what every good daughter who listens to her father does. She takes what her father left for her and vomits up chestbuster demiurge lady thing, yeah. Then a thing I've seen a lot of times from many at least 3-hour videos, lore playthroughs of Silent Hill 3. Claudia misses her shit and eats the fetus. And this is beyond disgusting. However, before I never had any real strong reaction to it. Now as I make this video, I almost vomited, bro. Like, for real. What the fuck? And this shows us another truth when it comes to sexual deviancy. Men are creeps, yeah. We are, let's be fucking real here. Some guys, especially the Japanese, and this ain't racist, yeah. It's just the truth. Just look at what you are looking at. Yeah, they are beyond creepy. But then this few times, there's a real femso, a real woman degenerate. Those girls break the scale, those chicks are in a league of their own, and with what Claudia has done, we can see this very clearly. Yeah, what's born beyond clearly, undoubtedly we can see this. So Valtiero Simp, like a good creep boy he is, takes Claudia away, and God is born. Ever beats the shit out of her and Claudia's god devil thing daughter, and then she proceeds to beat the shit out of her even after she died. And then, only then can she finally mourn her father in peace. The man who protected her even after death. The father of the goated Heather Mason, the goat. I will now talk about Harry Mason. Everything of course began with him, as everything began with the first game. That's the first game. You know how it begins. Harry drove his daughter, Cheryl, to a small resort town of Silent Hill. There on the road, he saw a teenage girl. Avoiding her, he crashed, later waking up at a cafe in Silent Hill. With his daughter gone, Harry ventures out to find her. Immediately Harry sees that things are very wrong. He's attacked by monsters and there's nobody in this town at all, except a few people who most of them are strange folk, and one of them is actually already dead, so yeah. Harry makes his way through this nightmare of a town. As we know, what Harry sees ain't the work of his psyche, like in James's case. He sees nightmares of Alessa, the girl his daughter was a part of. Monsters we see are her monsters, her nightmares, as she is pursued by the cult and the god thingamajig growing within her. Even looking at Harry's character, he isn't someone who would be affected by the town. He was a married man, a happy husband who didn't kill his wife unlike some other men. He was blessed by fate when he and his wife, Jodie, found Cheryl. Although his wife died, he remained the goated father he is, and so Silent Hill could only show him one kind of nightmare, if it could at all. His dead wife, what he has lost. This could I say and end this by stating that if Harry was alone in Silent Hill wouldn't work on him. Yet it did in a way. For Harry Mason there is no greater nightmare than losing his daughter. Last precious person in his life, a child given to him by fate, a child loved immensely by his wife, and one loving her in turn. She was indeed so loved by Cheryl, even for those few years they had together, that her reincarnation, Heather, has fond memories of her. Harry has lost her, and now he has lost his daughter to the nightmares of this town, to beings, monsters beyond his understanding. He can only move forward and find her, save her. A normal man, a regular guy, a simple writer, he goes into the nightmare, and here is why he is built different. Harry fucking wins. This regular guy cuts his way through nightmares, he survives,
lies, deceptions,
defeats monsters weak and powerful. What's more, he kills the fucking devil and frees the soul of his daughter. And once again, all this while being a regular guy, like my bro is built different. He's like Cheryl's guardian angel. Guardian angel. Am I schizo, or did I just realize that Valtiel in the third game appears only after Harry's death? Is there a connection here? Do they like negate each other's existence? Because in the first game we don't see Valtiel at all. Because Harry is there. I may have just schizo or something, I don't know, maybe I'm correct here, like I don't fucking... Okay. If he suppressed Valtiel by just existing, that shows that he is built even way different than I thought at first. Whew. Okay, I'm going back to the script. He fought for his daughter until the end, and even after his end, even in death, he won by making his daughter survive and defeat the monster he defeated before. One of the best fathers in gaming. Everyone should respect this man. I sure do. Thank you for watching. I hoped you enjoyed enough to like this video. I hope you found this video interesting enough to comment. And maybe you like this even so much that you will subscribe to the channel. I hope so. Thank you for watching and goodbye. Now I have to think about my crazy schizo theory that Harry Mason somehow suppresses Valtiel and that's why he doesn't appear in the first game and only appears after his death. Like, I don't know, maybe. I'm sure like Max Derrat or Avalanche Reviews or some other guy will make a 3-hour video breaking, or Kaza Games will do like a 3-hour video about my theory being wrong or something like that, or maybe they will do a 3-hour video that my theory is correct. I don't have anything to prove, and it's just like it's something I came up with at the spot. So yeah, goodbye, thank you for watching. Avoiding her with his car, he crashed later. What the fuck did I write here? Avoiding her, he crashed, later waking up at a cafe. What the fuck?